Okay, use the mic. I can't hear you, right?
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you're whispering, but yeah, I can hear you. Um, I don't know why it's so low. All right.
I didn't forget about the cash. I just need to move some money into my account. So
Yeah,
I'll
you're good. You're good. I finally started messing with Zelle. Like I went into it. I'm like, oh, I could do requests and stuff. Yeah, let me go ahead and knock that out.
my
Um,
somebody hacked my mother's account. I think it's probably an inside thing, and
oh no.
her accounts are frozen. So I had to slide her something, and that kind of left me kind of bare. Yeah, they already hit her for 1,500, and
Sorry to hear that.
they did it while the new card was en route.
Wow.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I just want to check something real quick because I don't know if it's my system altogether or if it's um. Let me see. Because I can barely like I can hear you clearly, but I can barely hear you. Yeah, that's okay. I just wanted to be sure. That's your mic. Elaine, good morning, Elaine. Can you hear Rod?
Good morning. Good morning.
Can you hear Rod as loud as you can hear me, Elaine? I just want to check because I got my volume all the way up to hear you, and I can still barely hear you. Yeah, so Rod, we can barely hear you.
Okay,
You
let me
got your
move.
mic covered up or something?
No.
Your lighting is great.
Uh,
She said, and you have a slight echo. See, I can't even hear you loud enough to hear an echo.
hmm.
Well, while you're working on that, I'm going to go ahead and intro us. Yo, what up, what up, what up? This is the Collective Podcast. This is episode 67. I am AC from LA with my man, my mellow Saucier Senior to my left. And I just want to say thank you all for joining us. Once again, Rod, thank you for joining me once again. Um, very interesting. We might have another guest. I mean, excuse me. We might have a couple of guests actually. We might have Roderick Tennell, and we might have Anthony Cobbs. But if we don't, it'll be Rod and I with all of you in the audience. So we appreciate y'all checking in. We're not gonna, as they say in New York, we're not gonna hold you super long today. We're gonna shoot for about an hour, and then Rod and I have things to do separately. Um, so we'll get to it. But all right, Rod. Anything happen with your mic?
How's that?
Better. Um, not great. What's up, Rod? Roderick. If you check your Gmail, the link went to you. Your Gmail, Roderick. Um, so Rod, we got a lot to talk about. First of all, how are you? How are you doing today? How was your week?
So far, so good. I actually worked yesterday.
Yeah.
It was cool competition.
Okay.
I'm not hurting this morning, so it's a good thing.
All right. Cool. Um, boys or girls?
Boys.
Okay. All right. Um, got you. I did a little lacrosse yesterday, and then today I have basketball and lacrosse. Just a couple quick couple basketball games, just to get some three-person work in with Eddie and Victor, and then I'll go work my lacrosse set. Hey, shout out to Sam Gardner the third. He's taking his talents to the Dallas Fort Worth market. Congratulations on that, brother. Couldn't happen to a better guy, and you'd be a lot closer to home, and my family would be a lot closer to home. No, Roderick, I can't see you. You got to go through the link that I emailed to you, and then you have to add your name, um, allow camera and mic access, and you got to join the studio. So yeah, yeah. So you got to do some things. Click on the link that you were emailed, and then take it from there. Cool, cool. Nope, can't see you. All right, Rod. We have. Shakari Richardson um, with a positive marijuana test. Um, so suspended and also not able to run the 100 as an individual, but potentially able to run the relay. So we have that. We have the ruling that I'll just summarize: athletes can have sponsors now. Amateur athlete, NCAA athletes can have sponsors now, or can be sponsored now. Um, can earn some money. They can't earn. You're not earning. The schools are not paying you, but you can earn money. And you see that uh, a Florida State and a Miami cat who grew up together went right into business, right into business as soon as the ruling came down. So we have that to get to. Um, the Dodgers are a half game out of the best record in Major League Baseball. And as this roller coaster ride continues, they have proven once again that they are the best team in baseball, even if they are a half game out. 7 game win streak. Houston was a world beater, and then they're on the decline a little bit. I'm sure they'll be fine. But the Red Sox are making a run right now. So the Red Sox are clearly the class of the American League, and the Dodgers and Giants are the class of the National League, with the Dodgers getting that nod. So we have that. We have the Milwaukee Bucks, who Rod does not believe in, overcoming all odds and being up 3-2. And Rod says, so what? They're up 3-2 at home. Now they're on the road in Atlanta. And as Rod would say, is Giannis going to play? Is Giannis going to play? Is Trey going to play? But I don't want to take Rod's words. We let Rod talk. We just have a lot to get to. But since we're keeping it 8 o'clock, Rod, you can run. Roderick planned to come on, but he didn't tell me until like 7:55, 6:55. So I don't know if he's going to figure out how to get on in time for us to talk black golf culture. So we'll see. So I'm going to share this with him via text. So Rod, get to it. And I don't know, man. You're talking really low. Is something with your mic, so you might want to just yell or something.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I figured out, but
Okay.
I guess Shakari's words. She just made a mistake. You know, young, probably hanging around people. I saw a meme on Facebook yesterday, last night, that when we were growing up, the hood people kept you away from stuff like that. If you were an athlete, or if you were special in some kind of way, they wouldn't allow you to smoke or gang bang. And I'm like, yeah, I remember that. Like, there were certain people where, they kind of said, nah, man, you got a future. She's young. She can bounce back. It's not the end. Hopefully she can, get some good people around her that will tell her, hey, no, knock this off, because I don't think that was her first time. It's just what she does. And while they're legalizing it in the United States, they may not be legalizing it everywhere. It's not legal for the what is that, the USOC, who's the committee over the Olympics.
Yeah,
Uh, so it is what it is.
got it. All right. Let me take a second to introduce Roderick Tanel. I know you guys. I know you guys probably. Hold on. I know you guys. Yeah, Rod, that's your. Hold on a second. I know you guys probably thought he was just a myth, or maybe a bot, just typing every once in a while on Facebook, because every time this dude was supposed to show up, there was a miscommunication. But now we had a miscommunication in a positive way. He's actually here. He's showed up. We got to get this audio thing together though. What's up, Cobbs? You coming? So anyway, this is my man. Well, hold on. Let me introduce the podcast. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a podcast to step to. Think of how many week pods you slept through. Time's up. I'm sorry I kept you. All right, we back. This episode 67 of the Collective Podcast. We didn't have the intro music because Elaine and Anthony Cobbs protested. So I didn't play it. My audio is clean. That's what I'm talking about. My audio is clean because I got Apple. And it's me. Now, outside of that, I got a whole bunch of Android users on this thing, so we'll see. All right, so I'm going to unmute Rodrick. I got to say y'all full names today. I'm going to unmute Rodrick and see if his audio is good. If it's not, he going to have to fix it. All right, Rodrick.
Can you hear me?
See, that's the problem. Yes, I can. But Rodney, we can't hear you, so I got to turn my volume up and down. All right. Audience, how is Rodrick's audio? Rodrick talk. Oh, see, Rodney. See,
Testing. Hello.
That's a real mic. That's a studio mic. All right. So anyway, Rodrick is a cat that I met in junior. I met him in 6th grade at Overwright Junior High. So I guess I met him around maybe a couple of weeks before I met Trey. Weeks before I met Trey. But I met Trey at the park. I met Rod at school. And that's like 60 miles apart because I didn't play anywhere near my school. Actually, and the school we were at was nowhere near our house. So it was a lot. I did a lot of traveling because we caught the bus to school. Yeah, we didn't go to school anywhere near where we grew up. Anyway, this is my guy. I've talked about it before. We have been friends for a very long time, and he's also a golf aficionado and someone who introduced me to golf about 20 years ago. And I tried to start, but just didn't stick with it. He stuck with it. But now that I'm back to it, I'm happy that we'll be able to get out there at some point and golf together. Maybe next Thursday. I'm about to invite him to the 5 o'clock threesome that we have, and he would become number 4, and then he can come out there and teach us a little something. So you're cordially invited to Maggie at 5 on Thursday. All right, Rodney, we're gonna have a problem with your audio, bro, because we need to hear what you have to say and we can't hear you. So anyway, let's get it. Rodrick, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
All right, great. So just confirming, RT is clean. Coming in loud and clear. Rodney, let's see what you got.
Can you hear me?
I mean, we can, but it's super, super low. It's very low. And it's crazy because you always have so many other issues, but we can see you today. You got what they say you were holy man with the white. I don't know what it is with the red. I don't know. Maybe you O-dog today. Because you got a little slack in your shirt. Hey, you got a crease in your jeans? We can't hear you, Rod. Hey, Rod, real talk, no jokes. Go out and come back in and see if that does it, because we really can't hear you, and that's not good. Because I wouldn't mind some other people, like maybe Jimmy Mack. If we couldn't hear him, that would be fine. Just kidding. But we need to hear you because it's important. So, all right, he's gonna go out and come back in. What's up, Rod? How you doing today, man?
Man, I am hanging in there. I'm actually in New Mexico.
Okay.
Came out here to play some golf and hang out with some people I haven't seen in a minute. I finished my apprenticeship in Albuquerque is where it started. So I haven't been out here since I topped out, as we call it, or finishing the program. So just came out to see the director and a couple of people that gave me a shot at another time. I'll explain to you everything I've gone through in the last 10 years, but I basically just finished the goal that I've been chasing pretty much since 2010. So I just came back out here to say thank you to a couple of people. And of course, the sticks are sitting over in the corner. So as soon as I get off here with you, headed to the golf course.
Okay. So you guys, there at times we have black privilege, and Rod just went to New Mexico to play golf. I mean, it must be nice. Okay. Cobbs is here, and Cobbs is on some kind of stationary bike. I don't know if it's a Peloton. I don't know what it is, but He is getting it in.
Morning, fellas. What's going on?
Uh-oh, I can hear him. He sounds all right.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good,
Well,
man. Good.
and, okay.
All right.
He,
Top of the morning, man.
so
Is he?
you can hear him, right?
I'm,
I can hear him.
yeah,
Oh,
man.
shit.
I can hear me. I can hear Rod good.
Okay.
You can hear me?
I mean, I can,
Test one,
but
two.
I don't know. I don't know. This is an interesting. Yeah, see, Elaine said it too. Your volume's low. Don't ever call him AC on my show, Elaine. That's not what we do here. He's Anthony Cobbs. I'm AC.
Hey, man, listen. I'm all in your face all the
In
time.
fact, he's
I got my
telling you
eye.
right
I
there
got my
that he's
eye on
T
you, man.
Cobbs even. Wait, did you gave us the forehead? Oh, he's giving us the eye. Okay.
All
He's
good, man.
low. I don't know. All right.
Still low.
They're gonna shut me down, man, because y'all volume is messed up. Rodney not
I will
coming
speak
back.
when spoken to. Let me know when you need me to holler in. All right.
Okay. All right. So we'll just he said he just want us to look at him. So he's out at HU dropping his daughter off, or he's HU adjacent dropping his daughter off. That's Howard University. And
Man.
I know you have a lot of Hampton people out there that would want to fight about HU, but I'll let them have that fight. That's not my fight. That's Rodney's fight because that's his alma mater, and now it's going to be Cobb's daughter's alma mater. Straight up. All right. Thank you for joining us for episode 67 of the Collective Podcast. Not sure what Rodney's doing. He was just talking about was talking about basketball. I don't even know what he was about to talk about, but that's when Roderick came on. So, Roderick, why don't you tell us a little bit about this apprenticeship that you're talking about? Tell us what you do. Tell us a little bit, and then we could go into golf.
So I work on power lines right now. I'm currently doing contract work for the Department of Water and Power. So basically, what we do is maintain and build everything from the pole and everything on the pole, underground. Whenever the power goes out, it's guys like me that come out and turn the power back on. So my official title is the journeyman lineman. And without getting too political, it's not a lot of melanin in this trade, and so it's a little harder for us to get through. I went 4 years and ran into issue, walked away from it for 2.5 years, decided to go back to it, give it another try, but I had to leave my family, my kids. At the time, my dad was alive, my father's mother was alive, and left LA in 2018. Went to New Mexico, stayed there for about a year, left, went to Tucson, was there for about 6 months, went to Phoenix for about 3 or 4 months, went back to Albuquerque, went to El Paso, back to Albuquerque, and then finished up in Tucson. 3.5 years, almost 10 years total. Lost my both grandmothers and my father during that time. Started the trade the day after I buried my mom. But it was really important for me to be an example to my kids. To Even though it took me a while to finish. And then hopefully at some point, I don't mind talking to people, young kids, about what I went through, to try to help them make it through. It's not hard. It's not for everybody. It's extremely dangerous, long hours. The pay is great. It's been a blessing, to say the least, to have the options that I have now. But it comes with a lot of hard work and dedication, perseverance, persistence, prayers, to say the least. But yeah, I was lucky, man. There's not a lot of linemen in the country, and there's not a lot of black linemen in the country. So I feel extremely proud that my grandmother raised me, as you know, Tone. So her legacy is greater by me finishing this because it's on her record that she raised not only a college graduate, but a journeyman lineman, which, and a, and to be black on top of that. And there's not a lot of black journeyman linemen that have a college degree. So I just recently finished that and I'm back home in LA, working. And it's a beautiful thing to go to work and then after work, go and pick up my kids. And like my son is flirting with baseball and basketball. So one day we're at the batting cages and then the next day we're at the putting green. And then the next day we're shooting baskets. And so, it's been a hell of a journey. One I wouldn't trade for the world because like I said, at some point my kids will get older and then they'll understand what it is that I went through for them. And like I said, I believe that to your own kids, you should be an example and a hero. And hopefully when they get older, hopefully I'll be that. So, if anyone is interested that listens to your podcast about getting the child into this trade, you gotta just give me a call, email, text, whatever. And I'll talk to them pretty much about what it is. But if I could just get one person into this trade, I'd be more than happy, because like I said, it's just not a lot of us in this trade.
Wow.
Can you hear me?
Wow.
Can you hear me, AC?
Very, 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 very low. Very low.
Hey, Ryan, that sounds awesome, man. How can a young person get started? Can I reach out to you?
Yeah. You can hit me up on Facebook or get my number from Tony, or I can give you my phone number. But it takes a little bit of road work in the beginning. There's a few things that you have to do, but like I said, I mean, it's a long conversation, man, and I don't want to take up all of the podcast. But yeah, man, if you want to, like I said, we can exchange phone numbers or emails or whatever it is. It's not a problem.
All right. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll get you guys together. All right. Well, Roderick. I imagine Rodney will. Oh, hold on. Now the mic isn't working at all. Trying to see where let's see. Rodney just texted. He's gonna come back soon. Um, his mic's not working. He's about to come back better than ever on his Android. Hilarious.
Which is funny because I have an Android also.
Yeah, it's not so funny, but you're a journeyman lineman and he's father time, so you're a little more technically sound than him. So, there you go. There you go, buddy. Elaine, Elaine will tell me she's got an Android too. Listen, it's hit and miss with the droids. It's hit and miss. That's all I can tell you. And clearly you're hitting, and that's not everyone. So, bam, bam. All right, so I feel like we should talk golf culture, but then I also feel like we should have black golf culture, but then I feel like we should also have like an hour for that. And since we have a shortened episode today, I don't know. It's up to you. You want to talk a little bit about black golf culture?
Sure.
All right, go ahead. Take it away.
Well, I started playing golf like a lot of black golfer friends that I have around the time that Tiger, started. He didn't. I really, nobody ever really. I didn't. There were black golfers before Tiger, but I think Tiger kind of blew it up, made it interesting. I went to Riviera Country Club in LA to see him when he was like 97, 98. And it was like a black golf explosion. Even some of the professional golfers talked about how you started seeing like black women at PGA tournaments and the amount of black men that started going. And that's how I kind of gravitated to it. And it was really cool in the beginning. I remember when it was barely any black golfers playing. And then all of a sudden you started seeing like Michael Jordan and then Charles Barkley. And then later on, Steph Curry, Scottie Pippen played. And And then all of a sudden there's these programs and you start to see a lot of little golf camps and or whatnot around town. And then Tiger did a commercial where it had a lot of black kids in the commercials. And so over the last, I don't know how long Tiger's been on tour, 20 something years, it has grown tremendously. There's actually a group on Facebook called BGA, Black Golfers Association, I'm a part of, where it's about 6,000 members all over the country. And it's cool, man. You have a lot of professionals. You have just regular people that love to get out, and it's cool to see Black people actually playing and networking, and doing a lot of positive things and giving back to a lot of. I think they just gave like $7,000 or something like that to a HBCU for scholarships for kids to go to play golf at these colleges and stuff. So, I love the fact that I started playing when I did, because I was able to see the growth of the Black community in golf.
That's dope. All right, thank you for that. All right, Rod, let's see what you got. You're back.
Hey man, I had to switch. I'm
There we
coming
go.
from my phone now.
Yeah, well, we know, because we've lost some video quality, but we can hear you, so we know you're on your Android. We can tell. But thank you. Thanks for coming back. If I leave it like this, I don't need you guys to go landscape, but if I go like this, landscape is preferred. So I guess we'll just stay like this since neither of you are going to turn your phone. All right, Rod, you were talking about yeah, and then if you just focus your faces, then we'll be good. I think the people prefer to see us like this, not so close. Yeah. All right. Thanks. All right. So, Rod, you were talking about Ms. Richardson, and you were saying that you normally have some homies in the hood say, "Oh no, you not gonna do this," but then that's when Roderick came in, and we couldn't hear you anyway. So, talk to us about Ms. Richardson.
She made a mistake, man. She'll bounce back. She's only what, 21?
21.
So
21.
hopefully,
21.
this is a wake up call.
21.
But I tell my son and my daughter, stuff happens you may not see coming, but life keeps going. You keep getting bills. You still have to eat. You still have to take care of stuff. You don't get a pass just because you feel like some kind of traumatic event happened. I tell them, if I pass away, you still have to keep living. You don't stop living and start doing crazy stuff just because I'm not here. Hopefully I try to prepare them for when I'm not here, because hopefully I go before they go. But it happens.
All right. So, do you believe, we're talking about Sha'Carri Richardson, do you believe that she will get in on the relay?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Um, do you feel bad for her, or because people make their own choices, is it what it is?
It is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to pose that question. That's why I was like, because we say it is what it is, and I was like, how do I ask him? And I was like, is it what it is? So I figured it out. Is it what it is? Roderick, any thoughts on Sha'Carri Richardson and being in a situation where she was going to be the favorite or one of the favorites in the 100, and now because of the positive marijuana test, she's out of the individual race, or out of the Olympics as an individual athlete, but potentially there as part of the relay.
Right. I originally, when I first saw it, I was just like, wow, really? But at the same time, I'm like, okay, what is she, 21? Something like that?
Yeah.
20, 21. And I do understand that even at 21, our brains are still cooking. I know I did a lot of dumb stuff, when I was 21. And it's kind of going to define her in the sense that if she doesn't run in 2024 is the next one. I think she'll be 25, and I think she'll have a greater appreciation for something that was taken away, especially if it's self-inflicted. And this definitely was self-inflicted. I get it. I mean, from the story I read, she said that she was depressed and she lost her mom or somebody in her family, and she was just trying to cope with it and deal with it. But there's also the accountability where, yes, you lost somebody, but you still have to realize who you are and what you are, and you don't get a pass sometimes in life because of your mom or your dad or somebody passing to you. You still have to be accountable for what you are and who you are to your craft and your profession. So it's like basketball. It's like when you have that heartbreaking loss in the playoffs before you break through. This is one of those things that I think if she doesn't, she'll come back stronger. She'll be a little older, but she'll still be in her prime, I think. I mean, because she'll be what, 24, 25, I guess, something like that. Um, but I know it stings. It's got to hurt, but sometimes, that's what it takes. But she'll still be great. She'll still win other stuff. But hopefully she'll take this and use it as motivation for the next Olympics.
All right. So yeah, she is 21, and when we be looking at the 2024 Olympics, she would be 24. So she's literally born in 2000. So we could just keep that. Um, yeah, it's a weird situation for me. Everyone makes their choices, but I do feel bad for her because this is one of those things where this is not like a positive drug test in the NBA where actually I don't even know what the rules are in the NBA now, but where it's a game or two games or like or even in football.
Didn't they waive the marijuana thing for like a year or so? I don't know if it had to do with COVID, but I thought they waived the marijuana usage or the penalty for using marijuana for a minute, something like that. I thought.
Yeah, so I possibly and it could be potentially just gone, but the thing I'm saying this is my point though. The Olympics, like when you're I imagine because I ran track, but I wasn't a track star. But I imagine when you're a track star, you are waiting your whole life, especially when you're that young. You're waiting your whole life to go to the Olympics, right? And I'm sure she was locked and loaded last year, and didn't matter because we didn't have Olympics, so they got pushed a year. And so now she won't have to wait another 4 years, but she'll have to wait another 3 years. And my point is, when you compare it to other penalties in sports, it's just really, really tough. And to get the suspension post trials, so that her win in the trials is now invalidated, vacated, whatever you may say. Yes, it does create an opportunity for someone else, but boy, does that suck. Now, on the other hand, you apparently can get a medical exemption for marijuana with the with U.S. Track and Field and with the International Federation. And I guess since she didn't necessarily declare that it was for medical purposes, she didn't have the exemption, she didn't have the waiver, and so it sucks even more because there's something that you could have done to um, make it so that this test wouldn't hold you back. And so yeah. um yeah, so but yeah, so the ban 1 month, 3 months, whatever, the idea is that because it is post trials, it's it invalidates the trials for her. That's the thing because even the month, like when the month is done, um she'd still be able to run, but because she doesn't get the trial victory, that's the problem. Good morning, Dietrich. Shout out to Sam Gardner, shout out to Anthony Cobb, shout out to Elaine, shout out to Dietrich. um I am AC from LA. Got my man Saucier Senior here, and then we are joined by my man, my mellow Roderick Tennell. journeyman lineman who shared his experiences with us going into the business and some of the hard work and sacrifice that he had to put into um, becoming a journeyman lineman. Some of the journey that he had as he worked through his apprenticeship to become one of the few linemen in the country and one of the fewer, and I know this is not the right term, but I just want to use it, one of the fewer black linemen in the country. And no, I don't mean linemen in football. I mean lineman. Got it? Got it. All right. So before we go to, all right, so there, thank you for that, guys. Listen, I just want to ask you something, and this is a trap, but it is what it is. Y'all should know me by now. Are you guys doing anything special tomorrow? I know Rod's got black privilege. He's out in New Mexico golfing. Um, but what Roderick? What are you guys doing tomorrow, if anything?
I'll be back home. I'm actually leaving tomorrow morning. And so I'll be back with the kids, barbecue, and just simple, man. I got a couple of fireworks I got that they enjoy, but everything is pretty simple for me, man. I'm just happy to be back home. So, um, it's, like I said, just food and watch them and pretty much whatever they want to do. My daughter's 14, so most of the time she don't want to be bothered with her dad. Um, but but my son, yeah, he's 7, so he still gets excited when I come around. So
Cool. Rod.
You giving lacrosse signals? Uh,
Oh, I'm glad you asked. So this is 7. What you do is
I know
you
I'm messing with
turn it
you.
sideways, and then when you turn the number sideways, you add 5.
what does that
So
mean?
that's 8, 7, 6, 9. So when we're reporting numbers, right, it would be 25. But when you have a number that's higher than 5, I can't report with 2 hands unless I do like 26, 27. So if you think so, let's do this. High school basketball, college basketball, all numbers on your jersey are between 0 and 5. And then so that you can report one number with one hand and the other number with the other hand. Now in the NBA, they have numbers, WNBA, NBA, the numbers can be just whatever. Well, it's the same thing in lacrosse, but you still have to report in lacrosse. And they want you to just use one hand. So in lacrosse, they made this thing where, yeah, if it's 25, then I can just say 25. So 25. But then how do I say 26 with one hand? 26. So when you turn it sideways, they know to add 5 to whatever you're showing. So 38 would be 38. Turn it sideways. 39 or 39, 36, 37, 47, 99, 99.
Wow,
Yeah.
learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go. All right, Rod, me. What are you
Uh,
doing?
well, my family may be going to see
Oh,
my father-in-law, so I will probably have the house to
H down,
myself.
Hesperia. By the
Yep,
way,
no
hold on, let me cut
kids.
you off. By the way,
Respucia's gone.
if you go to
Go ahead.
Hesperia, hold on, Rod, I'm cutting you off. If you go to Hesperia and you have a Tesla, you can charge for free between 10 a.m. and wait, what is it? Until noon and after 7, you can charge for free at the Tesla supercharger in Hesperia. Mind you, that's the closest one to me, and I'm not going. So I just wanted y'all to know. All right, go ahead, Rod. Talk to me.
Yeah, Respucia's going. So I get out of the basement and I get a chance to just kick it in the house alone. I may go see my brother. I'm not sure. He lives in Simi Valley, so that's a kind of drive for me. But
Hmm.
other than that, I'm not doing anything because I go to Sacramento on Monday morning. So
Okay. Rod's
I'm
going
just
to another
chilling.
basketball camp. All right.
Yes.
Ask me. Ask me. Ask me.
Tony, what do you
Oh.
do?
Glad you asked.
They claim we're brothers from the bottom of hell. Cause the black is back and it's bound to sell. Picture us cooling out on the 4th of July. And if you heard we were celebrating, that's a worldwide lie.
I ain't doing shit. I'm hanging out with my dog. All right. Just wanted y'all to know. All right. That's not a flex. That's what I grew up to. Louder than a bomb, Public Enemy. That's what's up. Y'all thought Flavor Flav was a joke.
Flavor.
Maybe a joke now, but he's got a lot. He's got a lot up there that he's holding back. All right. So you want to go in it NBA or MLB?
MLB. NBA will probably take longer.
All right, MLB. Oh, we're running out of time too. All right, Dodgers back in blue. Mookie Betts got thrown out yesterday on a tag up. That's amazing. That's the first time I ever saw that happen. But it happens, right? It happens. It wasn't caught stealing. It was caught tagging up. And Robles has I'm not gonna say he has a Mookie Betts arm, but he had a Mookie Betts play yesterday to throw Mookie Betts out. And Mookie Betts said, you know what? I'm gonna knock in 2 runs to put us up, and we're not gonna look back. And so he ultimately had the game winning. It's not how you say it in baseball, but he ultimately had the game winning single in the whatever inning they scored 9 runs. I forgot if it was the 7th or the 8th. But shout out to Mookie. Shout out to the Dodgers, 7 in a row. They paid the Giants back. They are within a half game of the Giants and the Red Sox for the best record in baseball. They look amazing, and they're not even fully healthy. Rod. Well, we got to talk about it, Rod. Your guy who's pitching Sunday. I just thought about that. You brought up baseball, so let's talk about it. Trevor Bauer.
Yeah, he got caught up in some freaky stuff, and I don't, he says he didn't do anything wrong. Oh, he's got a Dodger pass. No, Dodger credit card.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's big. He's big.
What did Cobb say? Flex. Now, is he flexing with the Dodgers, or is he flexing because he got a credit card and he's a black man?
Both.
Black man with credit card?
No. I support the Dodgers. That's all.
Both. Black man with some credit. You better run when you go down the street. You're an endangered species.
There you go. That's what's up. Like that.
I just guessed. I was hoping this is the shirt I had on. Couldn't really remember. All right, go ahead, Rodney.
Yeah, so they have him on a 7-day administrative leave.
Oh, I wasn't hip. Okay.
Yeah, so he's not pitching Sunday.
Okay.
And they're investigating the lady's claims that he sexually assaulted her. So he says he has text messages that she was asking for this stuff. To me, personally, it sounds like she wanted some way out stuff. He did that, but he went too far. And I think she didn't give him a cutoff. That's how it sounds from what I read in the articles. It wasn't that typical stuff you're into. It was a little further. I'm gonna let you catch up with that.
Huh. Okay.
According to the police reports, she had 2 black eyes and her lip was split and she had bruises. And he says that she, asked to be hit in the face. She asked to be choked and all kinds of stuff. So He says he has text messages, and apparently, and what I don't understand is if someone did you like this, why do you come back?
Right.
She went back, and they did it again. So it's hard that's why it's kind of hard to believe that she would be sexually assaulted. I'm not saying that it didn't happen, um, but it's hard to believe when something happens to you traumatically and then you go right back and do it again. Like, hey, that was great, but can you do a little less this time around? Maybe that was the conversation. I don't know, but it would seem to me that if you were hurt and something happened, you would not go back.
So yeah, so more will be revealed. Um, I don't know enough to know anything, but responding specifically to Rodney's and Elaine's point about April to May, um, I can say, and this is not ruling on it at all, but I can say people do what they do and don't always have a good reason why. So
True.
it could be that she is having buyer's remorse and wants to switch it up, or it could be that she really is a victim. And either way, um, maybe she's so enamored with him that she wanted to go back because outside of that, she just enjoyed the company. We don't know, but more
Right.
will be revealed. We can all say that this is a sad, it's a sad situation because somebody's a victim. So let's say that it's a sad situation. Um, and it's interesting. I haven't been reading, so I don't know if there's public outcry against him. I don't know if people have been calling for a rush to judgment. I really don't know anything. Like I heard about it from Rod when I was like stuck on the freeway because of an accident. Like I was literally parked and watching the Bucks game in my car, and Rod told me about this. So I haven't read about it, but so I don't know if there's public outcry or not. But I know that a lot of times there is public outcry when people are a little darker. So I don't know. Maybe there is, and I've missed it. But what I will say is more will be revealed. I don't know. I don't know how to feel, and I don't know that we have enough information to really feel any kind of way anyway. So I will just not. Um,
I was thinking the same thing that Anthony Cobbs just said. It's like, who is this woman? Was he dating her? Was it a situation where she was trying to get money from him, possibly, and it didn't work out? Um, you know, um, yeah, there's definitely more to the story than we know right now. But I was thinking the same thing that he just texted or wrote. Um, is there money somewhere behind all of this?
yeah. So I'm never dating again because I'm locked. I'm locked and loaded. If I did go back into the dating world, ladies would have to sign NDAs, and, um, and to Cobb's point, a love contract, whatever it is, like yeah, we're going under contract. Like I just shit is just too whatever. So I don't know. I don't know. I didn't mean to make you guys laugh, but yeah. Um, but I'm not dating, so it doesn't matter. Lucky me, lucky ride me. Um, huh? Can I stay here for a little bit? Yeah, Kayla, she's found a new way to enter the room. This is
I,
amazing.
I haven't heard about outcry about him though. That's strangely enough, um, the papers and what's been online has really been kind of giving his side of the story,
Mm-hmm.
and um, statements from his attorney, but I haven't seen much from her. And I haven't seen anything about fans, yelling for him to be waived or anything like that.
Okay.
And this isn't the first time this happened. This happened with Marv Albert years ago.
Oh yeah, I remember the Marv Albert thing.
And he didn't do any time. They just kind of had him to lay low for a little while, and then they brought him right back.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Well, more will be revealed. No ruling there. Fox 11 News showed her statement. Okay. Kayla, go close the door. What's up, Z? Kayla, close the door. All right. All right. So I'm kind of deflated now. I don't really want to keep talking baseball, but
Right.
Dave Roberts is amazing. Kenley Jansen is amazing, but he keeps messing with Rodney's heart. It's so funny. I mean, not that he was messing with Rodney's heart, but then it kind of is. Rodney be on one. So Kenley hits the first batter the other night. 2-run lead, right? Kenley hits the first batter. He comes in the ninth, hits the first batter. Rodney immediately hops on Facebook. Something like, "Here we go again." I don't remember exactly what he said, but I let him know, dude, why you keep trying to jinx this dude? That's like, it's your life's mission to jinx Kenley Jansen into blowing a save. Like, you can't do that. And, I mean, he could do what he wants. He's a lifelong Dodger fan. But I like to mess with him, just like he likes. Yeah, here it is. Hold on, baby. Stop. Kayla, what are you doing? So let me share with you what Rod gave us. So this is a weird day because Kayla and I are here together. Brianna's out of town. So I got Kayla up at 6 to give her a shower and feed her. And because we have to leave right after this. I got to take her to to Haley's. Okay, Kayla, let me run my podcast. Because I have basketball. So here's Rod. As soon as he hits the batter, come on, Kenley Jansen. Here I am. I'm angry immediately. I give him the angry. And then I immediately said something like, "Leave him alone. Stop doing that, Rod." And I was about to tag you. All right, but then he got it done, right? So Rod didn't have to go through all of that. Rod gives himself heart issues. So I just wanted to let you guys know. This is the thing that Rod does anytime Kenley Jansen does anything. But he doesn't think about the fact that Kenley Jansen shows up every time he's called upon, healthy or otherwise, unlike your guy, Anthony Davis.
Ooh. Mm.
Were you little? Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Kayla, stay away from that. Stay away from that. You're messing up my setup. Oh man, that I don't know. Anthony Cobbs just made my life with that tender love thing. It's just, man.
There's absolutely nothing that he can do to change that title. Nothing. I don't care if he was healthy for the next 5 seasons. There's nothing he can do to change it.
Okay. I'm using that. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Nothing he could do. Cobb said hello to you. Okay. Well.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi.
She's all over. Yeah. For whatever reason, they don't call him Tender Love in the movie. They call him the Brow, and I'm like, did they get the nickname mixed up? He's definitely Tender Love. So I don't know, but yeah, he makes his big screen debut. He probably got injured on the set, but I guess it didn't matter because he only had to stand there or sit. Oh, he does get injured in the movie.
Wow.
Wow, I wonder if he trips over his shoestring or his eyelash.
Somebody asked him what time it was. He got a shoulder injury when they tapped him on the shoulder.
I'm all for realism.
Man, yeah,
All right.
that's right.
So
Rodney
the
son.
Bucks,
Yeah, the Bucks.
the Bucks are up.
The Bucks are up as well. They should be. Rod, talk to us about your disbelief in them and all of that, and how you still feel they're going to lose in 7. Just tell us what you think.
Hey, you know what? I've always said if Middleton shows up, they're a completely different team.
Mm-hmm.
But he has that thing where some days he'll just kind of go through the motions, and he's been showing up.
Yeah.
Well, he does that on the road, I should say. He doesn't. They have this stat where he doesn't play as well on the road, which you can see it. I don't know if he needs that crowd energy behind him, but he definitely showed up in Game 5, and we'll see what happens today. But Middleton has an all-around game. He can play.
So, yes. Now, the human phonetic, as I like to call Drew Holiday, Elaine says is the difference maker. And
He is.
if
I
anybody
agree.
missed that, if you sound out Drew phonetically, it's Jrue. So that's what they did. Drew, Caleb, be quiet. Listen, I was watching Game 4. Shout out to Drew Holiday. Go Bruins. Game 4, I was so confused. This dude must have missed 9 layups. And like the series, they're up 3-2, right? Yeah, the series is over if he makes some of these layups in Game 4. And it was just really interesting because he kept getting to the cup with these amazing moves and then just missing layups. He didn't miss a lot of layups in Game 5. He was a killer. Middleton was a killer. Lopez was a killer. And boy, that was a trio that made you think they didn't need Giannis or Giannis, as Rodney would say. But I don't know what's going to happen today. I'm looking forward to seeing Game 6. I'm looking forward to the Bucks closing it out and finally reaching the place where I thought they should have been the last couple of years. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I see a $2 bet. That's always Cobbs talking. See now Cobbs is acting like Drew Holiday is Drew down. Drew down. That's that Drew. This Drew is Jrue. Lopez lost his mind. Yeah, he was yeah. So does anybody know are Giannis and Trey coming back tonight?
I don't know.
I haven't heard anything.
I don't think Trey is coming back for some reason. But I don't know for sure. But it looks like Milwaukee, it's like a big brother, little brother situation, and looks like big brother is just gonna step on little brother's neck. It's like Atlanta, they're almost there, but not yet. Like they're almost ready, but not. It's gonna probably take them maybe 1 more, maybe 2 more seasons for them to break through. But I think I think Milwaukee makes it. But that Milwaukee Phoenix, that's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah, really quickly. Speaking of Drew down.
Right. Yeah, I'm the real Drew Picker. Will you feel me?
Wow.
Damn. Oh, thank you. Oh, you pat me on my back.
Yeah, because I thought you were coughing.
You thought I was coughing? Okay, thank you. No, okay. Yeah, Shaq was definitely. Caleb, be quiet. Shaq was definitely happy to see big man play out of Lopez. Um, Now, are you saying Giannis is holding out for Game 7, or are you saying that he's only cleared to play if there is a Game 7, Elaine?
One thing that I like seeing, AC, and you know me, is that they're allowing Drew Holiday to abuse those small guards in the paint, and he gets some post up opportunities. You know, I'm like, if Trey Young is guarding me, I'm taking him straight to the paint. I am not going to let him kick it on defense and go play help somewhere. I'm going to take him to the paint, post him up, and if he still got legs to be shooting 35 footers in the fourth quarter, so be it. But he'll be in foul trouble some kind of way.
Yep. I agree 100%. You have to
I
make him play defense.
all the time. I've been saying it with Steph Curry and all the rest of these little small guards. They get off
They
easy
hide him.
because they don't have to play defense.
Yeah, they hide them on offense or defense, and then they can just free will it on offense. But if you make them accountable, like you said, them legs, you can make a couple of them become the last 5 minutes in the fourth quarter shooting from 35 feet after you got 25, but the guy that you guarding got 25.
Right.
Them shots gonna start hitting the front of the rim.
Yep. And Drew is what, like 6'4", a legit 6'4". So he's killing them in the paint, and that's what Eric Bledsoe wasn't doing.
Okay.
That's the difference.
All right. Giannis is listed as doubtful, and Trey is listed as questionable. Questionable is higher than doubtful on the will he play scale. So, Giannis available for Game 7 or Game 1. Trey Young potentially available for Game 6. But I'm gonna tell you, if they play like that without Giannis, I don't think Trey Young brings enough to the table for the Hawks to win Game 6. If they play like that, but Rodney says that Middleton does not play like that on the road, and they are on the road. They're in Atlanta for Game 6, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, that part. I just got word that I will be working Dallas Cowboys training camp again this year. And then the day after I got word, I found out that the Cowboys are going to be the subject of HBO's Hard Knocks. So it looks like I might finally get a chance to be on Hard Knocks. It seems like every other time that it could have happened, I just haven't been in the right place at the right time, whether it was the Rams or the Chargers or the Cowboys before. So we'll see. We'll see if I get a little shine as a deep official on the field. So basketball, Chris Paul is disgusting to me. I just want you guys to know. I've been rooting for him. I've been rooting for the Phoenix Suns, and I want the Phoenix Suns to do well. I even want them to win the championship. But Chris Paul and his antics, like to be so good and to be so unsportsmanlike constantly is just disgusting to me. So I just thought I'd share that. His unsporting behavior is just constant and consistent, and it's a problem for me. That's just me.
Me too.
Yeah. So.
I don't want to sound bad, but I don't. What are you talking about? What unsportsmanlike? I mean, I haven't watched. I'll be the first to admit I don't. You know, I'm a basketball head. You know, I play hoop and all that, but I haven't watched him enough to know. I haven't seen him. I mean, are you saying like he plays dirty? Is he like what is he? Because I know that last game he torched the Clippers. He killed them.
Which is really my point. So as you're torching the Clippers, someone says boo to you, and then you dive on the floor and act like you just got punched in the ear.
You talking about Beverly pushed him?
I'm talking about no, that's not what I'm talking about. That's at a point. He actually got pushed there, and he got pushed kind of hard by a grown man. But every other contact or non-contact that occurred or didn't occur that sent him either flailing or diving to the floor in excruciating pain is just despicable. Yours
This is
is
probably the most I've watched Chris Paul. So I liked him more when he first came out. When he was with guy who was that, the Hornets?
Hornets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for some, I don't know. I watched him a little bit with the Clippers, but I haven't really paid attention to him. I just know he torched him last game, but I'm gonna have to keep my eye out for him because I wasn't aware. I ain't gonna lie. I just never really watched Chris Paul a whole lot.
Well, just even the thing with Boogie Cousins, the minimal
The
contact
minimal contact
there that's
there.
with
That's
uh with Boogie Cousins was not enough for him to dive to the floor and grab his ear like he got elbowed in the ear. Like that, none of that happened.
Right.
And Cousins wound up with the technical. Now, you know that the NBA is the NBA. They reviewed it and gave him a technical, um, which I didn't understand. But he dove to the floor and grabbed his ear like he was elbowed in the ear. There was no contact with his ear. But and so things like that are things that he does constantly and consistently. Uh,
That's today's NBA. I hate to say it, but and I don't know if y'all agree with it or talked about it, but
I do.
Tony, I know we from that same the 80s, 90s basketball era is way different than this.
yeah,
So I hate that. I hate flailing. I hate flopping. I love the 80s, 90s. I love games that are the final score is 89 to 90 in this crap where teams got 70 points at halftime. It just kills me. But yeah, they're soft. And there's
yeah,
a lot of yeah,
and
I
I
agree.
am with you. The problem that I have is that of everyone who takes advantage of any of these, as Elaine said, flopportunities, this guy's got to be the most talented
Yeah.
person that does it every like Rod, if you look, it's every play. He's
Every
doing
play,
something.
offense and defense.
Every play. So that's at least 80 times during the game where you're looking at this guy like, really? How are you? Listen, if let's put it in perspective. If he were Anthony Davis, he'd probably be dead. With all of the contact that he's saying was happening to him,
Yeah.
because Anthony Davis can't take any contact. So
Right.
Chris
Right.
Paul is saying that he's being abused on the court by every single opponent. Every
everybody.
opponent,
Wow.
whether they're my size, your size, Giannis's size, every opponent is abusing him somehow, some way, and yet he's rarely out injured. I mean, I know he's rarely out injured, and that's the thing. You dive to the floor and you grab your teeth, you grab your eye, you grab your ear, but you hop right back up smiling and sink those free throws, don't you?
Right.
Please tell me you have the clip of when Rondo popped him in the mouth. That one time they were about to have a little altercation and Rondo just gave it to him. Pop, 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 real quick, and
Yeah.
Chris Paul couldn't believe he was getting punched in the face. And the camera angle was just perfect. He was like, pop, pop, and he was just like, oh, oh. And it was just for all those flops, man. For all those flops. Like I really wanted Chris Paul to win a championship until the last game. And
Yeah,
that was just when Boogie Cousins did what he did. That was, I mean, he went into the elbow with the L, and then I don't condone what Pat Beverly did, but I understand it.
yeah.
I wouldn't have done it myself. I would have did something else. I would have grabbed his shoulder and made him turn around and see me, and then pushed him or punched him. But like I think Elaine said last night on the show, we don't know what was said because he wasn't guarding CP3. He was guarding Devin Booker. But something was being said in the course of the game that had Pat Bev say, Southside Chicago, wherever he's from, is I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. I got to do it. He needs to feel this real quick. And but now I'm all Team Bucks, man. I'm going Bucks all the way. I wanted Monty Williams to win a championship, but now with CP3 the way he acts, I'd rather see Giannis get a championship. And Drew Down, Holiday, and Connaughton.
Yeah, it's constant. I guess when you become an official, you watch it a little differently than, and I know I do. I don't know if AC does, but I know since I've been an official, I watch basketball differently than I did when I played or I was still kind of active. Um, and I'm just like, man, all of the hook and holds. you
You think?
know, and then when he hooking holes, he falls out. Um,
Can you guys stop CP3 before this all gets out of hand? Like, yo, CP, not today, man. Let's play it straight up. What was his
ye-
response be?
Well,
well,
here's the thing. Here's the thing.
we
In the NBA, no, you're gonna lose your job.
right.
You're gonna lose your freaking job. So at my level, at Rodney's level, hell yeah, we can stop it. But no. But go ahead, Rod. Sorry.
Oh
And
no, no, no,
that's
no.
not good. That's not good for the
That
game.
need, yeah. You know, because people are paying big money for those tickets, so they really have to do something out of this world to be thrown out, or it really has to be justified. Like Patrick Beverly's push was justified on film, and it has to be extreme like that for them to be kicked out. Now I can go kick out Alex Caruso maybe, and nobody would really care, but to kick out a main person on the team, you really better have something.
Well, I ain't saying kick him out. I'm saying don't give him any of those flop calls.
Well,
Well,
Tell him
but
to get up.
you don't want something to actually have happened and you missed it because
You know he
you're gonna
flops.
get some questions. You
It's
know,
called
so every
crying wolf,
time
man.
he grabs his head, they have to go to review to make sure, okay, did we miss him getting hit in the face or whatever. Now I will say they probably should institute something where if you and they put in a little flopping rule, but it's not effective. They don't, you know, they don't enforce it. They fine them. Well, they were fining them like $5,000 or something like that. But what's $5,000?
so here's the thing. What they and I don't know. I don't really get in on rules, but at our level, so at the NCAA collegiate level, if you feign contact,
Mm-hmm.
you're eligible for a technical. So
Mm-hmm.
had I gone to review at my level for the Boogie Cousins Chris Paul thing, and I saw what Chris Paul take a dive and grab his ear, Cousins wouldn't have gotten the technical. It would have been Paul.
Right.
None of that happened.
That
Now,
would stop
what
all the
I think
flopping.
they should do, Rod is talking about the fine. What I think they should do or should have done is make it a ladder. So yeah, 5,000. What's 5,000? Then the second one is 10,000. But then the third one is a suspension. Like then you stop all of that. It's not about the fine.
Right.
It's about not being able to play unless your name is Anthony Davis or Kawhi Leonard. I'm so over Kawhi Leonard. Just want y'all to know I'm so over Kawhi
Yeah.
Leonard. But I'm
Yeah.
over
I
Anthony
said the
Davis.
same thing.
But I'm over Anthony Davis first. Let me do this because this is what my guy wanted, and my guy is out there representing for my other guy. So here we go.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
this ain't even the one that I'm like.
Oh, this not the one.
He pop. That is it. That is it. When he pop. The other angle. The other angle. Please have the other angle. When he
Oh,
pop.
well, I'll let it play. See if there's another pop pop.
Cause he
Oh, look,
pop.
he grabbed his face. Ouch.
Come on, LeBron. He ain't on your team. Here you go. This is the angle.
Uh-oh. Two piece. I need a two piece. Two piece.
Oh,
Boop.
Oh, that
Boop.
ref got in the way. The ref got in the way. This is a third angle.
Ooh. But you can't just be putting
Yeah.
your finger in. Look at
Oh yeah.
PJ Tucker, always working. That's one of my favorites right there. PJ Tucker.
Hey
Hey,
man, the more I watch PJ Tucker, man, he's garbage.
oh my goodness. All right.
When he ain't hitting that corner three, he's no help to the team.
I'm talking about how hard he works.
And you see how hard he works because he's terrible.
defensively.
He's stiff like Rod Saucier.
Oh
Hey,
boy.
but he's
Hey,
but
we
we
didn't
both
all doubt the
necessary.
Bucks, Elaine. We didn't all doubt the Bucks. I've been rolling with the Bucks for 3 years. Remember that. I did choose Philly
This
over Milwaukee.
this is Philly's championship. We could have won. We could have won.
Look at all the audio. The audio is nice.
We could have won this championship, man.
Look at Elaine. We're gonna go to the closeout. Look at Elaine.
Jake from State Farm.
Got him covered.
Got him covered.
On that note, I gotta grow, fellas. Y'all be easy, man.
All right, be easy, Cobb.
All right, go.
Yeah,
All
man.
right. Let's go to the closeout. So Rodrick, this is the point of the podcast where we close out. You could take a minute or so and just tell us anything that's on your mind. It could be sports related, it could be family related, it could be whatever you want it to be, but just go ahead and share for a minute or so, or it could be shorter than that with the audience. So Rodrick, welcome to the closeout.
Um, First and foremost, man, I just want to say how much I enjoy being on the podcast. I've never done anything like this before. I've enjoyed it, man. And then as far as what's on my heart, man, for me right now in this moment in my life is just appreciating small things, simple things. I've lost a lot of loved ones, and so I'm appreciative of the people that I have around me. I enjoy, especially like at work, man. I have a lot of conversations about sports similar to this. Like I said, man, it's a trip. Like I'm at work loading a pole, jump in the truck. We're on our way to the website. I mean, to the job site. I see the podcast come on, and it's funny, man, how I'm like, like always looking forward to it. So to actually be on here, man, is a blessing. To still know you after, what was it? God, I can't remember. I used to know that locker number over there by the PE field. Your locker.
242.
There you go. Right on.
242.
Right.
My combination was 40, 22, 40.
No. Right, man. So after all these years,
Great.
bro, the grinder, the 115 down Manchester, man, all of these years, man, I still know you. So, like I said, man, there's a lot of stuff that I'm fortunate and blessed, and definitely still happy to know you. We older and got kids now, and your sister and your mom, got a lot of love for them. So, man, I'm like I said, man, I'm just blessed and happy, man. And hopefully we can get on that golf course soon. Don't know if I'll be able to make it on Thursday because I'll be at work. I usually get off at 6, but when I can, man, at some point we'll make some time because it's been too long since I've seen you. But thank you for having me on your show, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for being here. I'll add you to the calendar just in case. So I just added you for golf, and I know you might not be able to make it, or maybe you could come, at 6, and maybe we'll just go an extra 9. So try to come. But thanks, Roderick, for coming out. Rodney. Oh, shout out to my dad. My dad is here and he's in, but once again, we can't add him to the studio. So, Dad, let's work on this tomorrow. Like sometime tomorrow, let's practice this so that you can be on the next podcast because you've been on 1 or 2, and I don't know what's like. I was playing with it this morning, and I'm not sure why we can't get you in. But let's
That's
get you
Racer X. He's
in.
not supposed to be in. He's just supposed to be
Driving
riding
fast.
silently.
Racer X is hilarious. Shout out to Roderick Tennell. Elaine enjoyed you. We enjoyed you too. Thanks, Kyle,
Thank you,
for coming on.
and I love your commentary. I love Elaine's commentary. I love her. She's always got some insightful stuff.
There you go. Straight up. All right, Rod. What you got?
First, I'm gonna say, man, you guys to be going to school with Orville Wright, you guys look amazing.
Thank you.
Because that was a long time ago.
That's
and I mean,
appreciate
you guys keeping it together, brothers. I'm glad to see that. They said black don't crack. But Rod, thanks for coming in, man. We've been waiting for you. I don't know where Trey went. We're still looking for him. But
yeah.
I'm gonna put out some feelers and see if we can find him somewhere in one of these neighborhoods.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Everybody just enjoy your weekend. It's 4th of July has never been special for me for obvious reasons, but Labor Day has always been my favorite holiday, and that's because it's always signaled the beginning of football season. So I've always felt like that first weekend of September was my favorite. So 4th of July always took a back seat. And now, as we embark on tomorrow, we have voter restriction in Arizona. So, that's something that I've been thinking a lot about. And the restrictions are starting to go from state to state if they can do it. And so, again, what feels great in experiences for other people don't feel great for us. And your experience shapes everything, a lot about you. So, this is kind of like a black eye for me. But I'm gonna enjoy tomorrow. If my family's here, we'll hang before I leave to go to Sacramento. If not, I'm just gonna lay back and probably find someone's food to eat, and I'm gonna enjoy the festivities, the food. I will enjoy that, but I've
Mm-hmm.
never been one for fireworks and all that kind of stuff. It's even as a kid, it was just never me. And my kids are not big on it either. I guess probably because of me. Um, but everyone enjoy your week and thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Rod. Yeah. Thank you all for coming through once again. This is episode 67. This is an idea I had, and I didn't know if it would come to fruition, and to know that 67 episodes later, pretty much 67 weeks, maybe more like 69 weeks, but 67 episodes later, we're still going, and we've switched the format a bit and gone live. And I need to go back and add the catalog to the DSPs. Um, because before we would just release the episode, and there was no interaction. And so to have the interaction now, we appreciate that. We appreciate you guys. Um, don't forget about my Legal Hustle apparel. Got t-shirts. I have hoodies. Check them out. Um,
You got long sleeve?
yeah, yeah,
Oh, all right.
yeah. I'll shoot you the link. I mean, it's just thelegalhustle.com, but I'll shoot it to you anyway. Yeah, thanks for coming out. Not sure where my guy Trey Hop is, but hey, I wish him the best. And I've talked to him a couple of times. We just don't talk about the podcast, and I'm not bringing it up. But we still have Dodger tickets. We were supposed to go to opening day last year, and there wasn't one, as you guys know. So we have credit, so we're still supposed to buy some more Dodger tickets. Um, and leave it to Dietrich to ask something like this. I don't know, Dietrich. We're still planning out episode 68, so not really sure. Maybe we'll feature Lil Wayne or something. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where you're going with that, bro. But yeah. So shout out to the people that make this all possible. We appreciate you. Um, and I don't know if you guys have heard this album, but it's pretty amazing. So go buy it or stream it or something. Um, this is her. Her album is called Back of My Mind, and this song is called Closer to Me, which is kind of a flip on Closer, um, by Guapole. And this is just one of the amazing tracks on this album. I probably should have let her sing, but let's see. Yeah, just check her out. Back of My Mind. Listen, you guys already know. Picture me cooling out on the 4th of July. If you heard I was celebrating, that's a worldwide lie. But I will be just hanging with the little one. I'll be hanging with Kayla, my munchie. Today I'm gonna go work some basketball and lacrosse. She's going to her cousins, her aunt, uncle, and her cousins, and then I'll be back to pick her up, and we'll be hanging out the rest of the weekend. So I'm looking forward to that. Like I tell you guys every week, please tell your people that you love them. Please hug whomever you can that you love. Um, do what you can to express love to people. It's very important, um, because people leave and we don't know that they were going right. So I want to offer a moment of silence for all of the victims of the condo collapse in Seaside, Florida, and their friends and family. So let's have a moment of silence for them. Tragic. They're in my prayers. Um, yeah, just once again, thank you guys for coming. We appreciate you. We love you. This is a special request.
Lane said.
Yeah, this is a special request from Elaine. She wants to hear this before she hears the closing song. So I'll play it. As if we haven't heard it enough. Episode 67 of the Collective Podcast. I am AC from LA. He is Rodney Saucier Sr. And that's my man, Roderick Tanel.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming through. We love you. We out.
Peace.
That's what you wanted, Elaine? That's what you wanted? Tender love. Waiting for the right moment to come so I can thank you, Dietrich. Tender love, tender love.
This song will never be the same.
Baby, I surrender. Yeah.
Never be the same. I could never play that seriously for a woman ever again.